What's good, Commanders fans, and happy game day. Got some good news from Ian Rappoport. So, per his sources, the Commanders are expected to activate running back Brian Robinson off the team's reserve non-football injury list earlier this week. So, paving the way for the rookie to return sooner rather than later, end quote. This is from Ian Rappoport's article. So that's good. That's awesome news, seriously, because we need this guy back, man. We need to have a balanced running attack. We need to run the ball today too, man, honestly. I don't have much faith in this offensive line and coaching staff at the moment, but Brian Robinson will help because he's just a tough, natural running back that can run in between the tackles and gets positive yardage each time. And Carson, he needs a running game. We need to help him out. Offensive line needs to help him out. The running game needs to help him out. When he was successful last year with the Colts at times, Jonathan Taylor, he was running the ball really well. We don't have, Jonathan Taylor or anything like that. But and last year too, when we were on our 4-game winning streak, we need to change our identity anyway. Like, I know we can throw the ball at times. Not with the last 2 weeks in the first half, we were not able to block at all. Really throughout the whole game against the Eagles, they just weren't able to hold up and block. But this running game will help the offensive line too, where the defense, we're just so predictable on offense with Scott Turner. You're just throwing the ball every time, dropping Carson Wentz's back. If we can actually establish a run game, which Brian Robinson will certainly help out with. Brian Robinson, we all know, he was supposed to be the starter, so this unfortunate thing, but this is just a blessing that he's coming back so quickly. They said the bullet didn't, go through any tendons or hit any nerves. Like, it's just a blessing, man, seriously, for this man to still be alive, one, but secondly, to be back so quickly. Rapport also says that it doesn't necessarily mean that he'll be back week 5 against the Titans. But there's a chance, that he'll practice this week and doesn't play. That's what he's saying, that he uses this week as a ramp up. But the fact that he probably will be back before, week 8, week 7, or week 6, or possibly even week 5 is just insane. It's insane. What's the song where it's like, I'm still alive. I'm still alive. I don't want to joke too much, but that's crazy. It's crazy. It really is. He also talked about Chase Young, too. He said Chase Young, who's currently on the reserve, physically unable, the pup list, while recovering from a torn ACL suffered during the 2021 season, is targeting a mid-season return, sources say. So, still a little bit of time on Chase Young. We'll see. I'm not going to speculate for when, but they said a mid-season return. So we'll see with Chase Young. But yeah, Brian, he's going to tremendously help this team. Seriously, we need to change our identity. I'm not saying run all the time, but when we were in that 4-game winning streak, they need to go back to that, where they try to play smash mouth football. We were playing physical football, and I loved it. Against the Seahawks, the Panthers, we were running the football. The Raiders, we were running the football. The Buccaneers, we were just playing clock management and time of possession. I know Scott, we have a legitimate trio. I'm not going to call them a big 3 right now, but a legitimate trio of receivers where we can really spread the ball and throw the ball downfield. But at the same time, I want us to get back to our bread and butter last year. We were running the football, complimentary football. Our defense wasn't out there for 60 minutes a game or 55 minutes a game trying to defend and getting gassed and getting tired. And we weren't dropping back Heineke 7-step drops, 8-step drops every time, So we need a balanced attack. Brian Robinson, and that will put Gibson in his natural spot as a weapon instead of using him as RB1. That's what they were trying to do with Robinson being healthy. And I want them to use McKissick more today. I want to see them use McKissick more today. I know it'll be tough for him to get carries and snaps when Brian Robinson comes back, but J.D. McKissick's a weapon. I don't think we use him enough. But this offensive line, I think it will help with the offensive line just running the ball more. They did a good job running against Philly, and they went away from it. Gibson had 6 carries for 35 yards. And I still believe in Gibson. They can be a 1-2 punch. So, very positive news. I'm excited for Brian Robinson to play, man. This guy is just, he's a warrior, man. He's a tough guy, and he plays like it too. He is a tough, strong, puts his head down and gets tough yardage every time kind of guy. And I'm excited for Brian Robinson. I really am. So this is good news for the Commanders. And then just real news with Chase Young. I wouldn't rush him back at all. Just let him take his time with that. He's coming back from the ACL injury. We don't want to rush him back at all. So this guy, Brian Robinson, can play, man. I'm excited. And I think I have us losing today because our offensive line has just been awful. And I don't trust this coaching staff at all. But I actually do have us winning the next 2 games. No matter how bad we lose today, I have us beating the Titans and I have us beating the Bears. I guess this is probably why I'm a believer in us winning the next 2 games. Brian Robinson possibly coming back. So, all right, guys. Hello, Commanders. Peace.